What the hell? There we go.
Alright. I don't know if this is working. I don't know if this is even live. If it is, welcome. I'm trying a new live app. So it's supposed to say a Mobi thing. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and try this, see if it works. If it does, great. If not, well, lesson learned. So basically, I'm going to give an update of what's going to happen in the future. Let's see. First things first, I'm very tempted to start a new channel called Ultimate Deadpool TV. Now, it has not been official yet. It is not something you can just go ahead and start, looking for on YouTube. It does not exist yet, and it may not ever exist. Because basically, what it was going to be is a lot of YouTubers make their own shows for YouTube. And since I have an abundance of characters that could easily get their own shows, it would be a weekly upload, one day every week, type stuff, and people would come in, watch it, give their opinion, and then after like one season ends, a new show begins. If the first show season was good enough, it'll get a second season. If it is not, then we'll go on to the next show. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bam, ready to roll. So one thing that is concerning with that is I am terrible when it comes to trying to remember to upload on multiple accounts. That is why Ultimate Deadpool Extras has been dead for almost probably 7 months, probably 7 to 8 months. Just because I just keep forgetting to upload on it. And ever since my phone actually fell in my fish tank, which is back there, I had to replace my entire phone, so that account may not even be on there. So if I do start it again, it'll be a completely different channel. And for those of you who are still subscribed to the other Ultimate Deadpool Extras, you might as well unsubscribe from it, because that particular channel will not be uploaded on anymore. If I do upload on an Ultimate Deadpool Extras, it'll be on a new channel called Ultimate Deadpool Extras, just so that way it's the same thing. It's basically just going to be me, doing stuff like behind the scenes work, car work and everything else. Stuff that you guys don't like to watch on this channel, but some of you guys do. Because I know there's a lot of people on my this channel that do like seeing like the model car stuff, the upgrades on cars and everything else, the Mad Max builds and all that. Sorry, I'm tired. I got like no sleep last night. And if I do start this, that is not going to be a channel that is coming out until after I get my pickup truck. For those of you who do not know what I'm talking about, I drive a 1997 Camry. Welcome, the best I can explain. So yes, I found an app that I can go live on. So I don't know how well it's going to work. I don't know how long it's going to work. But hopefully so far it's doing pretty fine. Doing pretty well. So basically, what Ultimate Deadpool Extras, the new series, whenever it does start, is it's going to be basically what it's just going to do is just be behind the scenes stuff. Anything extra that I do. Oh look, I'm making a new minifigure. Oh look, this is behind the scenes of this. Oh, this is behind the scenes of what goes on here. This is what this is. Or when I'm finally able to start working on my pickup truck, I'll do, oh look, I got rims for this thing, or oh look, I got new tires. So thoughts on Lego Mario? I don't know. I really don't. So, with that being said, I'm not exactly certain if I'm going to bring back Ultimate Deadpool extras. Ultimate Deadpool TV, on the other hand, that's a different story. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. And for those of you who are just now joining, basically what that would do is every character that I have could easily get their own show. So like Deadpool could have his own show, Nightwing, Batman, Gravity Man, all of them could have their own YouTube shows, which would be great if, like I said earlier, I am horrible when it comes to uploading on all other channels. So if I don't make another channel for that, I can always keep it on this one. I have so many of these freaking base plates that I use for my stop motion videos. I could probably easily just have one for shows, one for regular stop motion videos, which would not be hard, but it would be ridiculous, to say the least. Because like if I take off one show, or like take off a show at a cliffhanger, and then have to remember where it was going at, I'm like, crap, I don't remember where it's going at. Then that's an issue. Let's see. Movie update wise, I'm very, very tempted to not remake any of the movies that I had on my original channel, like Kruger, Gravity Man, Ghost Rider, and some of those. Mostly because those did very well on the other channel, because a lot of people fell in love with the story, a lot of people liked the characters and everything else that were used, and I'm afraid if I remake those, it's gonna kind of demasculate the magic of the original, if that makes any sense. Basically, if I were to remake something like such as Gravity Man, for instance, a lot of people love that storyline, and a lot of people liked that movie before it got taken down. And I'm afraid if I were to try to remake that and have a completely different story, completely different characters, it would not be the same. And I realize, yes, I created Gravity Man, and I can do whatever I want with that character. Just because I think it would be right doesn't mean that you guys would, because I know the rules of remakes. You want to keep as much as you can from the original, but also put in your own new flavor to it. Certain movies can pull that off, but very few that get remade ever work. The few remakes that I have seen that have actually worked is probably the Friday the 13th 2009 remake and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and a couple others. So you don't remake a classic film. Now, granted, Gravity Man was far from a classic film, but it was original, and that's something I just can't redo. So I don't know if there's anything I can do to fix it, but I don't want to remake something that a lot of people liked and screw it up. Same thing with Kruger. The first Kruger film I did was so dark and so pretty much evil that everybody loved it because of how serious it was. That it was not a, oh, hey, look at me. It was a very serious film that did well. And just like Gravity Man, I think if I were to remake that, it would lose its seriousness from the first one. Because again, I don't remember the entire script. I don't remember anything except it's a prequel of the original, 7 Elm Street movies. Let's see. But you know, if it works out, if you guys really want to see it, you know, obviously I will. The only remake I think I'd be really comfortable with doing is Ghost Rider, because the first Ghost Rider movie I did on my channel was complete and utter crap. It really was. It was complete and utter garbage, because basically all it was just a Ghost Rider version of the Spider-Man movie that I did. You know, the whole storyline was basically the same thing. It was Johnny Blaze trying to catch Danny Ketch, because Danny Ketch was taking the power of every Ghost Rider throughout the multiverse, so that way he could give it back to Mephisto, and Mephisto could be the ultimate evil. It was the same freaking thing as the Spider-Man movie. The first Spider-Man movie I did was the same thing. Spider-Man would go from multiverse to multiverse trying to save the DNA from other Spider-Men, so that because one character was harnessing all the powers from each Spider-Man so he could become like the ultimate Spider, or the Spider God. I don't remember what it was. It was stupid, I know that. A lot of people did like the Spider-Man movie. I did not, because of what I did in it. I did not like setting the characters on fire, because that was completely uncontrolled, and I came this close to burning down my house multiple times when I was doing that. So it was not exactly a safe move, but it kind of paid off majorly in the long run. Ooh. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I got like no sleep last night. So you know, it's one of those overactive paranoid delusion type things. I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but it's one of those things that if I tried to redo it, it wouldn't fit. Like it would basically take away from the original, and that's something I don't want to do, because I know for a fact what's going to happen. I'm going to remake Gravity Man, for instance, and it's going to have a completely different story, a completely different set of villains, and a completely different dialogue. The dialogue part's not hard. It's the rest of it that's like, what's going on? Because Death is going to have a different motive, probably a different identity, and all these other characters are just going to be kind of poof. So that's why I've started adding some of the other characters like Inferno, Slimeball, you know, Jack Hammer, especially Zax, and a couple of other characters. Those are all Gravity Man characters that I've been slowly starting to add more and more to my videos, so that way people understand what they can do. So that way when I put them in the Gravity Man film, people are like, gotcha, now I see what he's gonna do. Instead of me putting all of those characters in the movie and people are like, what the were you thinking when you were doing this? Or, man, what was he smoking when he did this? Because trust me, I've had people come up to me. I have had one fan, I will never forget this. I had just finished the Ninja Turtles movie, the original one, on my channel. And so one of my fans met me in real life. This is not a lie. They came up to me and said, you just finished the Ninja Turtles movie, right? I'm like, yeah. And the guy literally said, and I quote, what the were you smoking when you made that? And I told him, that movie was rushed, it was terrible, and flat out, it was crap. And before anyone says anything, no, I didn't smoke anything before I made that movie, because I don't do drugs, because drugs don't make you cool. So, it was just one of those things that's like, what is happening? And a lot of that was just because that movie was just so rushed. It was horrible timing, just flat out a bad film. It was just horrible. But it was It was terrible, never to say less, because of that reason. And again, the Ninja Turtle movie is another one of those ones that I don't want to remake, but I have to remake it because a lot of people would probably be pissed if I didn't remake it. Specifically because of, oh, well, why are we seeing more of these characters and not a feature film that they are a part of? For instance, the Metalhead character. A lot of you guys seem to like that character, which is fantastic. For those of you who don't know who I'm talking about, he is the character in my last 3 stop-motion videos. He's the giant turtle with the swords on his back, one metal arm, and half of another one. He's fought Wolverine. He's fought Spider-Man. Well, no. He has not fought Spider-Man, but he fought Batman, and actually almost won against Batman. Oh, wait, no. He did win, I forgot. I haven't watched the video lately. But he did win against Batman. And Batman is like a level 8th generation martial artist master. I don't remember exactly what Batman is. I just know he's a really kick-ass martial artist. But Metalhead was able to outfight him. So basically what Metalhead's deal is he's like in the Ninja Turtle movie, Shredder is going to make the Cyber Turtles as regular clones first, and each time they fail, a body part is removed, but for the leader it ends up being the worst because the leader is the one in charge of the mission. So if they fail because of him, or even if they fail, he gets the worst end of it. So that is why Cyber Leonardo is all silver, because the whole team screwed up, and he always gets the worst of it because Leonardo is the leader of the Turtles. Unless you go off of the Rise of the Ninja Turtle crap, and then they made Raphael the leader. I don't know who the hell's idea that was. Whoever it was, if you ever for some reason watched the stream, what were you thinking when you said, oh hey, let's make Raphael the leader of the Ninja Turtles. Let's change something that's been the same for like 30 plus years. Nothing can go wrong here. More like everything can go wrong here. So, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. But that's why Cyber Leonardo is going to be all silver. And then once Metalhead is created, he will become the new leader, and then the Cyber Turtles will be much more successful. Because he's going to... for those of you who haven't already figured out, Metalhead is specifically programmed to not stop fighting until either his target is dead or the mission is complete. So if his mission is the target and the target survives, he does not stop until the target's dead. So pretty much, if Metalhead was programmed to hit Deadpool or have like a target on Deadpool's head, he would never stop functioning. Like, he would never stop until Deadpool was dead, which is impossible. So he would have his work cut out for him, to say the least. He can kill Wolverine with a Carbium sword. I'm pretty sure you can kill Deadpool with it too. I'm not entirely certain. I don't remember exactly what can kill Deadpool. All I know is that it is very, very hard to kill Deadpool. Which is sad because I'm like a huge Deadpool nerd and I don't remember what can kill him and what can't kill him. But anyway, so that's basically why I've been adding Metalhead to more movies, more shows, or more miniseries, is because I want, when I do the Ninja Turtle movie, I want, people to go into that movie saying, okay, how is this all going to fit together? Who's going to be doing what? And why is it happening this way? Because a lot of my films take heavy inspiration from the MCU, for those of you who didn't know that. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't, because I never said it. A lot of my Lego films do take heavy inspiration from other films. It's not so much as you know, themes or anything like that, but mostly in storytelling. Because I guess you could say a director, you want to make sure that your story makes sense, but you also want to make sure that it's not something that anyone can do. So you want to have your own thing, but you also want to have something that everybody else has done at the same time. If that makes any sense whatsoever, think of it this way. Anyone can have one kind of hot dog. You know, you can have just the regular bun, the hot dog itself, you know, ketchup, mustard, and whatever the hell you want on top of it. Anyone can do that. But then you have somebody else who's like, I can do the bread, the hot dog, garlic sauce, you know, nacho cheese, Doritos, and a whole bunch of other crap on it, and I'm the only person who can do that, but it still has a little bit of everything else that somebody else can do. So think of it kind of like that. So that is why I start adding my personal custom characters to already existing films or already existing character lines, so that way when I do put them all into their own series, you guys especially know, okay, this is what they can do, this is what they're capable of, let's see how it works. And then if it does end up working, I can always throw in something new that was not shown into the original series, and you're like, whoa, I did not see that coming. Like, for instance, Batman has been remade countless times, been played by multiple actors. Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck, Adam West. All of these cast members, or all these actors, have had their own version of Batman. Adam West was cartoony. It worked in the 60s. Michael Keaton, a little bit darker, a little bit edgier, but still family friendly. Val Kilmer, same way. George Clooney, not a good choice, but great voice. He had a good voice for Batman, just not a great actor for Batman. Christian Bale, probably one of the best Batmen ever, period. And then you have Ben Affleck, a much more violent version of Batman. More like a Dark Knight Returns version, but it's still the same thing. It's still Batman. It's still, I'm Batman, and everything. Very dark, very brutal, end of story. So, but they still have that element of, oh, this is what people have seen before, but then you take the Ben Affleck portion, you're like, okay, we've already done Man of Steel. We have no idea what Batman can do. Let's just throw him into the mix and show off what he can do. And it worked. People were expecting him to be a badass. People got the badass, plus a little bit of extra violence. So it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. And if I've already lost you, you're not the only one. I've lost myself. So it's pretty bad when you lose yourself explaining what you're trying to say. It's probably not good. I'm okay with that at this point. Anyway, so just think of it that way. You have characters that nobody has seen before, nobody has ever heard of. You slowly start to bring them into the light. Once you put them in their own thing, then everything makes sense and it all falls into play. That's a much better explanation than what I was trying to pull out of my ass. Why didn't I explain it that way before? So basically, that's what it means. I know I'm just repeating myself at this point. So, let's see. Other films. Canceled things. I have had to cancel 2 different videos today. One was involving Metalhead. It was just basically a continuation of the Metalhead versus, people. So, like, the first part, Spider-Man beats up the Joker. The Joker gets kidnapped by Metalhead. Batman tries to save him. And he does successfully. But then, it was going to be Nightwing next. And basically what it was going to do is just be a direct ripoff of the Batman version. And it wasn't going to go anywhere. So that series has been temporarily put on hold or permanently canceled. I don't know yet. The second video that was canceled today had Captain America fighting the other Cyber Turtles, you know, Cyber Raphael, Michelangelo, Leonardo, and Donatello. All the cybernetic versions of them. And I realized it was moving too slow because Iron Man was supposed to show up, Thor was supposed to show up, and I think for some reason the Hulk was going to show up, but the whole video just didn't make any sense. So it was quickly deleted and cut. As one of these days, I'm just going to make a video that I think should be cut, and then save it for later, and then be like, oh yeah, this is videos I couldn't upload because they just didn't make sense or they weren't good enough. Because I've seen a lot of people do that, like Mr. Beast. He does videos that he doesn't upload, but then he explains like why he couldn't upload or why something just didn't work out. So it's going to end up being kind of something like that. Because trust me, there are tons of videos that I have done, shot, voiced over, and everything, and it's like, yeah, that was not smart, and then quickly gets erased. So one of them was actually really good, and I actually regret not uploading it. It was basically like a Hulk versus, I want to say it was Jason Voorhees. Yeah, it was Hulk versus Jason Voorhees. It was so stupid when I first started making it because it made no sense. And mostly because the dialogue on it was so bad because, Hulk doesn't talk that much unless it's the Smart Hulk or Professor Hulk. And Jason doesn't talk at all, so there was like literally no dialogue, but there was a lot of screaming. Because, Hulk roars all the time. And the whole video was just ridiculous. But the fight motions were actually really good. It took probably 4.5 hours to animate. And I canceled it or deleted it because the dialogue was complete crap. And I did want to just release a silent video because that wouldn't have been as entertaining. I don't know if I'd have put like some kind of rock music or something behind it. I've had to do that multiple times to cover up stuff. You would not believe how many times on my other channel I've had to cover up crap with music just so I can say, oh, look at me. Another thing that I canceled before, but I'm thinking about bringing it back, is the Hulk film. I did release 2 trailers for it. It's just literally called Hulk Trailer 2. It's some of my first earlier videos on this channel. Basically, the only reason why it was canceled was simple. I forgot an entire storyline for it. I lost the original script and had nothing to work with except about 20 soldiers and 3 different Hulks. That's about it. No tanks, no massive weapons, no nothing. 3 strikes, it's out. So I'm very tempted to bring bring that film back. It would be just a basic origin story for the Hulk. Now, oh, look at me, I'm building a gamma bomb. Oh no, I'm turning green. Oh, now I'm pissed. So, it would have been something like that. If I had not canceled it, it would have been so bad. It probably still will if I ever remake it or bring it back. Something didn't sound too good. For those of you who are actually still watching, I do appreciate it. Because hardly anyone watches these things. That's why I usually don't live stream, or never really live streamed on my other channel. I realized there were a lot of live streams on my other channel, but it just never went anywhere. Never did anything. And for those of you who didn't know what that sound was, that was my chair shutting down. Because for those of you who don't know, I have a GTR GT racing chair that has a Bluetooth speaker on the back of it. And that's honestly how I make my videos so calmly. Because I listen to heavy metal while I'm making stop motion videos. That's absolutely true. It really is. I actually do just listen to like Rob Zombie, Caesar, Disturbed, a couple other heavy metal bands while I animate. And you know, you get so lost in the animation that the noise is just kind of background, and then you get so focused on that and you just don't even hear it. But you know, I still hear the music when it's playing. It's just I'm not focused on the music, I'm focused on the stop motion, and that's what made Target Deadpool such a good series. Probably the only good series on the channel, which is sad because there's over a year of content on it. What the did I do for the first year of this channel? You know, I should have just been gone for a year and just brought it back after thinking about it. Because for those of you who have not yet seen the Target Deadpool series, I'm not going to spoil anything from it. Long story short, Deadpool gets a hit on his head for a lot of money, and the first person to kill Deadpool gets a lot of money. That's about it. And it's actually really funny, because with Deadpool you can literally do anything. I'm not going to say the guest appearances on there. There are actually a lot of things that people missed from the Target Deadpool series. So at some point I'm going to do like oh, this is what you missed in that series. For one thing, a lot of people missed was Jim Carrey's The Mask was in Target Deadpool. It was for a split second, but he was there. Madcap from Deadpool was in there for a short time, but he was there. Evil Deadpool was there again for a short time, but he was there. The table that Death was standing at in Part 4 actually had a black stripe printed on it, so that way it could resemble tape, just as a running joke for it. And speaking of which, when I do finally remake Gravity Man, Death is not going to be as whiny as he was in Target Deadpool. The only reason I made him that way in Target Deadpool was specifically for humor. In the actual Gravity Man movie, he is not going to be that sarcastic, and he's definitely not going to be that forgiving. He's not going to be that humorous. And his disintegration slime gun will not be in the first film. It may appear in the second one, because I'm pretty sure that Gravity Man is going to be a good enough film for a sequel. But I can assure you that he is not going to be a nice character in Gravity Man. He wasn't really a nice character in Target Deadpool, but he was a lot more humorous than he was going to be, than what he should have been. So just as a fair warning, when he does show up in Gravity Man, he is not at all going to be a nice character. And I know in the original Gravity Man movie that certain villains were created through technology. At least two of them will be. The other ones will have natural born powers or radiation or anything like that. Just your typical supervillain shit. Like Inferno. A lot of people don't know who Inferno was. He was the dude who had the Ghost Rider skull in Target Deadpool. No, he's not a Ghost Rider. That's just what happens when he gets really pissed off. And that's also going to be shown in Gravity Man. He's going to get really pissed and blow up. That's basically what happened. Is he blew up, kind of like Bomb from Angry Birds. So it's kind of like that. You know, when he gets really mad or really scared or something, he just blows up. But then obviously, Deadpool killed him. Slimeball is probably going to have either naturally born power, which would be kind of gross when you think about it. Can you imagine the pre-birthness? Ugh, that'd be disgusting. Like, you just... Oh, look at liquid baby. That'd be disgusting. And I'm never going to get that image out of my head now. I'm sorry for anybody else who has that image now stuck in their head. One movie I'm probably never going to bring back is Nightwing. The first Nightwing movie I did was too focused on Batman. I know a lot of people actually did like that film because of what it was. It was a Batman movie with a Nightwing flavor to it. And that's basically what it was not supposed to be. It was supposed to be like Nightwing with Batman. And the movie focused way too much on Bruce Wayne and not enough on Nightwing or Scarecrow exploiting Nightwing's fear through the fear gas. So if I do a sequel for it, Joker will probably stay dead because the only reason I brought him back was for a shock ending and a cliffhanger. That was it. There's no... He was originally supposed to come back through like the Lazarus Pit or a clone or something that anybody could do. And I didn't want to do that because anybody can do that. He's like, oh yeah, Joker dies. Throw his ass in the Lazarus Pit. He'll come back. Look at Jason freaking Todd. Anybody can do that. Or, oh, he's a clone. Joker has many clones. He can come back any which way. And no, it is not going to be the, oh shit, which Robin was it? The one in Batman Beyond? The one that, Joker turned into like a mini Joker before mini Joker killed him. Ah, crap, I can't remember what his name was. I think it's Batman's second or third Robin. It's not Jason Todd, it's the next one. Ah, I can't think of it. I don't remember what his name is. Crap, that's seriously gonna kill me. I can't remember what his name was. All I remember is that the Joker kidnapped him, tormented him, and then turned him into like a mini Joker. And then when he killed the Joker by shooting him with like a prop gun. In the unrated version, but in the censored version, Joker falls into electricity and dies. Crap, I seriously can't think of his name. Anyway, I can't do that version either, because again, that has been done before, and I don't want to just like, oh yeah, Joker can come back because he can morph into somebody else's head. That technology does not even exist today, let alone back in 1990 when the Batman Beyond show was actually being made. Or whenever that show was being made. Or movie or whatever. Either way, anybody can do that. It's not different. For those of you who were thrilled with the Hulk musical on my other channel, for those of you who don't know what that was, it was a big mistake that cost me a long, like 14 hours worth of work. Basically, what I did was it was Deadpool versus the creator, or Deadpool versus me. It's very similar to the Looney Tunes Duck-a-Muck cartoon, when Daffy is getting tormented by the painter. And it was one of the deleted scenes that never made it into the film, or never made it into the series, but it made it into the deleted scenes video. And for some reason or another, I took a Hulk body put it on, or put Deadpool's head on it, gave him a microphone, and made him start singing Skillet's Monster. And everybody absolutely loved it. So I made an actual Hulk musical, and Hulk was singing, dancing, and playing. The Red Hulk was like playing the guitar, Gray Hulk was playing the drums. And I think the Thing was also no, it was just Gray Hulk and Red Hulk. They were just playing freaking Skillet's Monster. It was a really, really weird video that took up way too much time. And then I think I did another music video that was it was a scrapped music video of, oh shit, I can't remember what it was. I don't remember what it was. I know it was a really bad video, and it never got uploaded correctly, if at all. I'm really tempted to do another one of those, only because now I actually have the means to cut it off, start it up the next day, and have no issues. Because for those of you who don't know, I do have the full version of Pickback now. I know a lot of you guys said, go to Stop Motion Studios Pro or anything like that. I legitimately tried that. I could not figure out any of the controls for it, so I'm just sticking with what I know. I paid $5 for the full version, so now I can cut a video off, stop it, go on to something else, go back to it, and continue where it left off, and make those videos longer. Now, I cannot do that for certain movies or any movie, so they will all still be broken up into parts, just like they have been since the beginning of Ultimate Deadpool. Mostly, the biggest reason for that is voicing, because if I made an hour-long movie, not only would that take a very long time to voice correctly, I would have to get everything done in one take, and it would take way too long to make. Even if it was a 20-minute movie, it would still take way too long to make, it would take way too long to voice over, and it would probably just end up pissing me off so much that I would rage quit and just not upload anything else afterwards. So, yeah, that can't happen. So yeah, for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, the Hulk musical was just weird. It really was. As far as the Deadpool versus the Creators go, I'm going to remake that because it was too funny the first time. And I guarantee the remake is going to be just as good because, you know, it's freaking Deadpool. Who doesn't like Deadpool? Except for DC, or certain DC fans. Because they're like, oh, he's just Deathstroke, only funny. I'm sorry, when was the last time Deathstroke regrew an eyeball? Or any body part? I don't think he does. If he does, I'm sure you guys are going to let me know. I seriously can't think of that Robin's name. I can see his face, I can see the name, but I don't remember who it was. I seriously can't think of it. It's not Dick Grayson. It's not Jason Todd. It's the third one. And it's not Damien, I know that. This is seriously gonna piss me off. I cannot remember who that Robin's name is. I know there's Dick Grayson, there's Jason Todd, there's Damian Wayne. There's the Red Robin. But I can't remember the other one. Oh, and then there's the girl Robin from the Dark Knight Returns. I think her name was Carol. That's seriously gonna drive me crazy.
I don't remember. I really don't. I seriously have no idea who that was. So, long story short, at some point I will remake Gravity Man, Ghost Rider, Krueger, and I will make a Friday the 13th movie that will lead up to Freddy vs. Jason, that will lead up to Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash Williams. The only issue with that is Ash's backstory is going to change dramatically, because there's not going to be a log cabin, there's probably not going to be any deadites. The only thing that's going to stay the same is Ash Williams getting his hand cut off, or cutting his own hand off, and then putting a chainsaw to replace it. If I do have any sorts of deadites involved with it, it is probably not going to be near as disgusting or anywhere close to bloody as the actual movies, because in the actual movies they got in a lot of serious trouble. They got in serious trouble for making the movies that violent, because everyone's like, oh, this is different. This is disgusting. And I think they had like some kind of criminal charge or something because they made the Evil Dead too gory. It's like, it's a freaking horror movie. It's supposed to be gory. It's supposed to be disgusting. But if I'm not mistaken, they actually felt like they actually got some kind of charge for making it too disgusting. So I guarantee if I have Evil Dead Deadites in the Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash film, it is not going to be the same. I can almost guarantee it. So, that's pretty much it for this video. For those of you who are still watching, if there's anyone still watching, it says there's 5 people still watching, but that never means anything half the time. I would like to personally thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for those of you who stuck around this long. I realized it took almost over a year to finally make a good video or start up a good series and get that trend, keep that trend going. Hopefully you guys will look for more funny or be able to see more funny stuff in the future, more entertaining videos, and just better overall content, hopefully. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys all next time on Ultimate Deadpool Studios. Till that time, peace out. You guys are awesome. I will see you guys all later. Bye.